So when we talk about mineralisation or hot ground or hot rocks, what are we talking about? Well, in the ends of our picks here we have a rare earth magnet, and on one of our other videos, YouTube channel videos, you'll see where we actually install one. The rare earth magnet is a super magnet. It's as strong, but it's a really good way to show you when we talk about mineralisation what we're talking about. So I'm going to rub this through the ground just here like this. This is really mineralised ground. If you have a look what's on the end of that stick, on the end of the pick, all that, none of that's metal or wire, which is metal and wire I suppose, but no, it's not tin, it's not wire, it's actually rocks. Have a look at it, it's all rocks. And if you have a look at it, go back. So when we talk about mineralised ground or hot ground, all those rocks on there are impregnated with iron oxide. And iron oxide is a metal, because it's magnetic, it's a metal. And of course we have a metal detector. Whenever gold detector, we have a metal detector. So the varying amounts of those in the ground, the rocks in the ground, will affect the way our detector performs. The other thing is, if you have a look at the ground colours here, there's some very red colours. Over there's some even more redder colours in that area there. The red or the darker colours in the ground are caused by iron oxide. I suppose if you're in Western Australia where they mine iron ore, a lot of the rocks on there, if they were good enough, they would actually mine that and call it iron ore. So that's what we talk about when we talk about mineralised ground or hot ground, and it varies very much in every degree. So I'll just take all that off for you again. So once again, it's all empty, and I'll put it back through the ground again to show you what's happening. You watch them all jump up. Have a look. It's amazing, isn't it? So that's really a very simple way to explain when we talk about hot ground or mineralised ground or hot rocks. That's the sort of thing we're talking about. But also in the clay itself, when you see dark red clay or even orange coloured clay, the colour is caused by iron oxides within that clay itself. And depending on how much is in there will depend on how much mineralised the ground is. Like I said before, the 2300 is really clever. As we're detecting with the 2300, it's trying to keep up with all those changes. So say between here and the pick where I've just walked from, which is over there, the ground mineralisation could change 2 or 3 times perhaps. If the machine isn't keeping up with those changes in the mineralisation, it's going to mask little targets maybe, or deeper targets. So it's really important to balance your machine. Now even though the 2300, for us, this is how we train our people, even though the 2300 is in this mode of tracking all the time, it's in a continual tracking mode, as in tracking, keeping up to date with, trying to keep up to date with the mineralisation, we balance it. So remember, finger on green button. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, finger off button. We've now neutralised as best we can the mineralisation in this area around here. We do it all the time. Even though it's in automatic tracking, we still do it, and it gives us the edge on finding more targets and more gold. So when we talk about mineralisation, you have an idea. It's never been any different the way we detect. You trust your machine all the time. If you balance your machine and the noise disappears or the noise softens off, trust your machine. The machine's telling us it's not a target, it's mineralisation. Trust your machine, move on to the next proper target. So we're ready to start detecting. Right, it's a bit of a noise there. It's probably a ground noise. Yeah, and so it's gone already. So trust your machine. If you go once or twice, 2 or 3 times maybe, and it disappears or softens off, trust your machine. It's not a target. That rock just there could be a hot rock. Let's have a listen to it. Yeah, it was, you see. Now you have a listen, you have watched this. So that sort of rock doesn't carry gold, but you have a look what happens. See? It wants to go onto the magnet, so it's really heavily impregnated with iron oxide. You can see the colour of how dark it is. All right, so that's a hot rock. Put my pick away. It's no point keeping those. That's not the host rock for gold in this area. The host rock is the quartz like that in this area. In Western Australia, in some parts, you can get gold in ironstone, but not that sort of thing. And if it's a piece of gold, it's going to give you a really good noise anyway, so just remember that. Okay, there's a target right there somewhere. So let's clear some of this away. Not too much, just a bit. Have a listen to that first in case it was a hot rock. Okay, so it might have been another hot rock. No? Yeah, it must have been. Alright, so that's... Alright, so let's once again put the magnet down there. I think I got it straight away. You watch. Yep. So, trust your machine, trust yourself, trust your own instincts. The magnet's fantastic. It's only going to pick up the ferrous item. It's not picking up non-ferrous products. So your gold, your lead, which we find a lot of, lead, zinc, copper, brass, all those sort of things. Well, none of those were picked up by the magnet.